I've recently had a session with a darts coach, and I just wanted to share what I've learned because I've realised within the space of a week, playing matches and playing in a tournament, that it's been pretty helpful for me. Now, this isn't me giving you advice because I'm not a darts coach, I'm not a darts pro, but I can just share with you what I've learned about my throw, and you never know, that might be something that you might want to practice or take away. But what I probably really am recommending is if you want to improve your game, go and see a darts coach. Now, the one I used was Sean at SWR Darts Coaching. If you Google that, you'll find him. I've noticed the difference in the space of a week's playing to my consistency in my game. The fact that I'm not wobbling so much in fives and ones. One of the things that I learned was a lot of it starts before you've even approached the oche. So for me anyway, not everybody. So what I was doing is I was holding one dart in my throwing hand, the other darts in another hand, and I was just approaching the oche and getting myself all comfortable where I thought I needed to be, and off we go, raise my arm. Whereas one of the things I learned was I didn't want to be holding my throwing dart straight away. I wanted to make sure I was set up at the board first off. So in order for me to do that, I needed to not be distracted with any darts. So I just got my darts in this hand, walking up to the oche and making sure that I'm kind of in the middle of the board. So I'm not even looking at the oche, I'm looking at the board. And my nose was kind of in line with the bullseye. To be fair, there's loads that I went through with the darts coach. I'm not going to go through it all here because, everybody's different. You need to go and see the coach for what you need. But for me, there was a bit of that. There was a bit of understanding whether I was left eye dominant or right eye dominant. You probably know whether you're left-handed or right-handed. What's most comfortable, I suppose. And then once I was set and I was right at the board, I was able to swap over the first dart and get ready. Now, until somebody looks at your throw, you don't know what you're doing. Now, for me, whilst I think, I might not have a full follow through, or I am following through, but when someone else looks at you, they notice other things. So for me, I was following through, and then when I let go of the dart, my fingers were flicking out like that. And I was throwing and obviously trying to let go of the dart so it went straight, but my body was naturally going, my fingers were trying to let go of the dart and they were flicking out to the right. So we worked on that, and we worked on trying to throw it and then throw it forward and making sure that I don't see my fingers at the end of the throw. Now, that's what I need to work on now. Now, I've not really perfected that bit, if I'm honest. I'm still letting go of it in a weird way. So having a repeatable process when you're approaching the board means that you're going to get used to doing that, and it's going to be comfortable, and I was able to be consistent with my approach. Anyway, I'll show you what I mean. So I've got the other camera on the board. So literally, I've got my darts in this hand. I'm actually going to step away from the oche just so that I can walk into it. Now, unfortunately, I've got this in my way and the board's off centre. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself facing as forward as possible, and my nose is going to be in line with that bullseye. And then for me, I've got all my darts in my left hand and I'm right-handed. I'm going to pass it across. I'm going to slowly come up and aim for the board. Now, I'm aiming for big 20 at the moment, not the treble 20. And the reason I'm doing that is just to practice my throw, get it. And as you can see, it's not fully over, and I've probably done that a little bit there as well, just demonstrating what I do naturally. And it's for me to work on that consistent approach, taking my time, aiming for big 20, and then eventually I'll aim a little bit lower and a little bit lower, and they'll start to drop in that treble 20, which obviously we're all aiming for. So I played a tournament on Saturday last week, and I played one on the following Tuesday, so a couple of days later. And I've gone from averaging 52, 53 to 56, 57. Now, that can't be a coincidence. I haven't just suddenly clicked. I've been working on just being consistent with my approach. So not, when people say I want to be more consistent, what do they really mean? I want to be more consistent with the way I approach everything and the way I'm throwing, and then eventually my scoring will start to pick up. So anyway, this channel is about me trying to document my improvements, and the way I'm playing, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, that I'm making some progress. It's happening. I'm seeing it in the comps. In the tournament on Saturday, I got through to the last 16 out of 64 people. And on the one on the Tuesday, out of 48 people I think there were there, again, I got through to the last 16. So I've not done that very often in the past. So this, for me, is progress. So hopefully, maybe you've taken a bit of something away from that, even if it's just try out the darts coaches. They know what they're talking about. If you like this video, like the idea of following this journey, please subscribe, give it a like, comment, let me know. Have you seen a darts coach? How have you found it? Has your game improved? And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.